My name is Caroline Beresford. I work for Mental Health Innovations, a lovely charity, and I am their head of people and culture. My role involves looking after all the wonderful people that we have working there through their entire employee life cycle. So from the moment they are recruited right to the moment they leave us. I've worked in HR for over 25 years now. So at Mental Health Innovations, we have over 250 members of staff. They range from clinical supervisors, working on our frontline services, looking after people who are at crisis point with their mental health. But obviously behind the scenes within a charity, there's so many busy people working to keep it all together, from finance, HR, tech support, and all those lovely people raising all that money. So fundraising, communications, marketing. And there's so much that goes into working for a charity. I've worked within the charity sector for about 15 years now because it's very special. It means a lot to me, that making a difference, knowing that I'm part of this, I'm a cog in the wheel to make sure that everything happens for that charity. So it means a lot to me. Being a mental health charity, we really must look after our staff. They are the ones that are on the front line looking after the people in the nation that are struggling with their mental health. So we need to internally look after our staff. We do so in many different ways. It can be a challenge. We work remotely. We're a digital mental health charity, so we work remotely. We've got staff over in New Zealand as well as in the UK. So that New Zealand team cover our night shift. So it's really important that we really look after them and provide them with the support they need to have the strength to then look after other people's mental health as well. There are challenges working within the charity sector, and those come in many different forms. At the moment, I would say it's probably more financial, so making sure that we are looking after our staff as much as we possibly can. Obviously, a lot of charities are struggling in the current economic climate. So it's just making sure that we are looking after their well-being, making sure they're happy. I do find within the charity sector that people always will give 110% because it's a charity. So workloads do tend to be quite high, and we need to just manage that. It's my job to kind of manage that as best we can and look after those staff that they're not working themselves too hard. I was once a client of Catherine's at a time when I probably didn't realise that I needed a coach as much as I did. Catherine was a huge support to me and supported me on a journey. And coming out of that, I then realised that I would like to have those same skills, that same relationship with clients to support them at difficult times in their professional careers. I didn't know much about the MCC before during the course. I asked Catherine for more information, and she provides a very detailed video about what the practitioner award entails, and does talk about the EMCC within that video, which makes it really, really clear. I would say before then, I wasn't so aware of the accreditations associated with coaching. When I applied to the coaching course, I was applying to work with Catherine, and Catherine then introduced me to the Curious Coaching Company and to her associates, who I've now worked closely with Sarah. And so I found out about the coaching company through Catherine. I was very nervous starting the course, not really sure of who I was going to be on the course with. I thought everyone was going to be much more knowledgeable than me and have much more experience in the field. Very, very nervous on day one, but that training has been a joy. The last year, I have really, really looked forward to the training sessions I've had with my 11 colleagues on that session. And we've now become friends. We have our own WhatsApp group. We contact each other regularly. We are helping each other on our coaching journey, and it's really been a joy. I would say that Catherine has made the training sessions really informative. At the beginning, we were all so nervous about the afternoons, because the afternoons were always the practical session where we had to coach each other in front of each other. And we were all very, very nervous about that. But by the end, that was obviously the bit that we got the most benefit from. We whilst we didn't maybe look forward to those sessions, that was where the most learning came from, is practicing with each other. And obviously, because it's such a great group of people, Catherine makes it such a safe space for us all. We could all just open up about our own issues that we had that we wanted to be coached on. And so those became really, really good afternoons. Whether it was Catherine or the colleagues, whatever it was, it became such very quickly a safe space, a comfortable space. We looked forward to kind of helping each other. And I think we all got something from it, whether you were coaching someone yourself, whether you were the coachee, or whether you were observing a coaching session amongst the others. I think we all benefited from those sessions, and that's the part that we got the most learning from. As part of the training, I have taken part in reflective practice groups with Sarah, and also one-to-one supervision with Sarah, which has been hugely beneficial along the journey. So as part of the Practitioner Award, we had to attend 5 full-day training sessions with Catherine, which were great. And they included afternoon practical sessions, where you would be the coach, then you'd be the coachee, then you'd be the observer. Great day sessions. But as part of the Practitioner Award, we also had to sign up to, I think it's 4 individual supervision sessions, and also 4 reflective practice group sessions. So the reflective group sessions, I think there were 4 of us in a group. They were with Sarah, who was brilliant, and we would normally bring something from our own coaching experience to that group to talk about and to kind of thrash through together, which I know from my perspective really, really helped. I remember one session I had a problem. I kind of didn't know how to get past a certain point with a client, and we talked it through. We talked about lots of different coaching models and what other people would recommend I do, and actually, that really helped me through my next coaching session. So supervision is really important as part of your coaching practice. Obviously, we can reflect ourselves after each coaching session that we have, but you can only reflect on yourself so much. It's talking to somebody else. So external supervision is really important. And as part of the Practitioner Award, we had, I think, 4 individual sessions. Mine were with Sarah, who was great. And those were sessions where you could really bring, normally it was, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm the right person to coach, or how can I take this further now? I'm really enjoying it. How can I make this into a business? Those kind of things. Whatever issue I had, I could bring to that session. I've learned a lot. I've learned the practical side. I've learned, the code of ethics. I've learned different coaching models. But I would say the most that I've learned is about myself and about how capable I am, how I am knowledgeable, capable, qualified to coach other people. And I think that's probably the biggest hurdle that all of us had to kind of get through, is our own belief in ourselves becoming coaches. And I think that's probably the steepest learning curve. Part of my reason for becoming a qualified coach through Curious Coaching was to support me in my role and just to be at the top of my game. And a lot of my role involves coaching staff through problems, coaching line managers through people issues. So my main reason for doing the course was to support me in my current role. However, having now gone through the course, I now have the confidence to realise that I could do that externally as well. How there is a potential to build up my own client base, which I've started to do. And so the course has been, a game changer for me, I would say, in that respect. So there are many different coaching models that I have learnt on the course, and many of them I use now in my day-to-day life, whether it be in my job or in my home life as a parent. It does kind of help with everything. There's the time to think model. So I do practice that one a lot in my everyday life. And at work, it is more just taking that time to really spend that time and listening to the staff. So that's really helped. There's a number of reasons why I wanted to become a coach to support the charity. Again, I wanted to be the best HR professional that I can be and at the top of my game. And I think that all leaders should have coaching, and that's really important to me. And I can see the benefit that that brings. So as a charity with limited funding, I feel like it's important that I could bring that coaching to the team internally. There are members of our senior leadership team who are so open to coaching and have benefited from the journey that I've been on and have noticed a difference in me in the last year. Becoming a coach has helped in many aspects of my life, not just in the workplace. I do feel like I'm a better parent as a result, maybe a better friend, better wife. I think it gives you so many different tools when it comes to listening, supporting others. So yes, I'd say it's really helped in many aspects of my life. I was attracted to them because of the way that they deliver the coaching, the way that they communicate with their clients. It comes from, it comes from a good place. The way that Catherine comes across in just wanting to help others, the groups that she put together and the associates that she has all just package up into a really lovely coaching company that has taken me on such a special journey over the last year. When I started to research different coaching companies, and there were different avenues you could go down with different coaching companies, I did find Curious Coaching better value for money. Also, the fact that I could do the course, the qualification within a year worked for me because my workplace was supporting me on that journey. So yes, I think value for money is certainly a great selling point for Curious Coaching. What would I say to anybody thinking about investing in coaching training? I would say go and talk to Catherine. I would say have some coaching with Catherine or one of her associates yourself and start your journey with Curious Coaching. It's a great pathway. I would absolutely recommend this qualification to others. I think the credibility it gives you, the confidence it gives you, and also the networking opportunities, I think are really beneficial for anyone wanting to be a coach. The impact of the training has well exceeded my expectations. I thought that I would do some learning, that I would bring some coaching into my organisation and it would benefit my job. What I wasn't expecting was the change in me as a person, the confidence it's given me. I do feel like I have grown as an individual, as a leader over the last year, and I now have the confidence to think, actually, maybe I could do this myself outside of my current role as well, have my own coaching clients, which I now have. That wasn't something that I expected at all. I did not go into this a year ago having the confidence to do that. So yes, the impact has been huge. My ideal would be to always be the best leader, the best HR professional I could possibly be, and being a qualified and accredited EMCC coach just adds to that and just really complements my day job. I would like to build a coaching business on the side and hopefully for that to grow. And I've already started on that journey and it's going really well. I would just like to say thank you to Catherine and to Sarah, who have been such a support on my journey, a journey that is much bigger than I ever thought it would be.